All right, good morning, traders. It's Friday. We got today's pre-market insight for this beautiful Friday morning. Actually, it's raining over here in the Philippines, but the weather's still good. Even though it's raining. So anyway, that has nothing to do with this pre-market insight. So let's get on to the analysis for today. I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. All right, so looking at the economic outlook, you see today the only thing we got scheduled is the core retail sales. That's at 8:30 before the bell. So actually, as of right now, it's kind of a slow day. There's not a lot of headlines going on, but there seems to be, according to the news, there seems to be some fear of a recession. Due to the economic strength or due to economic news globally, and with the U.S. as well. So we go over here to Market Watch. This is one of the websites that I look at, um, for news and whatnot. I used it more when I was trading stocks, but anyway, you see, they're saying that the Dow, when they mean that when they talk about the Dow, of course they're talking about all indices, but one of the popular ones for a lot of these news media to talk about is the Dow. Um, I think mainly because of, instead of the points look bigger. So let's actually, I realized this the other day when I was watching something about one of the big sell-offs in the past. I don't remember exactly what time period that was. But they were saying that the markets dropped 300 whatever points. Um, for us traders, we know that points are, so like we're talking about a stock. A point would be every dollar, right? And then a tick is every cent. So 200 points, if you just see 200 points automatically, like 200 points with the Nasdaq futures, that's huge. Oh, with Nasdaq, that's huge. you know so but with Dow, a point is a tick. So there's kind of, I think that's why they um that's just my insight, why they use the Dow over others, because the Dow is one of those things where you know um movement, a point, as far as the numbers, can seem a little more drastic than a point with the Nasdaq or the S&P, or whatever. So anyway, but you see, they're saying that that the Dow was weak because of China's global growth and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of fear being pushed out into the markets today. All right, so moving on over into the technical analysis, um, the pre-market volume strength. Well, it depends on what you're looking at, because we're looking at the Nasdaq. Say we're looking at the indices, any of the indices. We're rolling over on all the indices right now. So between the Z, so let's look at the Nasdaq. So in NQ, the Z contract is, matter of fact, let's go to barchart.com so we can see it better. So we go ahead and focus on these two here. The Z contract is the one we're rolling out of from December. We're going into H, which expires in March, and it's about even right now. It's about even. So I think it's relatively, that's kind of weak. Whichever one you look at, from how we've been trading over the past couple of months, that's a little weak. But that could be because are people are rolling over to the new contract month. They're rolling over to H. So I would call today's pre-market volume strength moderate, just because of that fact. When I first looked at it, I was thinking it was weak, but um, okay, weak to moderate, whatever. Okay, we get the point. So all right, so moving on over into the charts, looking at the Nasdaq, where we got a little bit of sell-off, which also would make sense. This is, I'm looking at Z right now, but that would make sense since we are rolling over to the new contract. But at the same time, if you look at the daily chart, get rid of this. If you look at the daily chart, we got this nice bear flag. Another, it looks like we could be rolling over again to have another bearish dip, which is not surprising at all, with everything that's going on. And if you just look technically at the charts, this definitely looks like a good place to roll over and trade bearish again. We're still trading, chopping around in this range. The only thing I will hope for is that we can stop chopping around intraday in the morning session, because that's been rough for me lately. But so right now, we're bearish right now. Got a little sell-off going on, and it'd be interesting. Kind of, it looks like on the 5-minute chart we're starting to consolidate a little bit, trade sideways. So it'll be interesting to see what happens throughout the rest of the day. Sorry. So moving on over to crude oil. All right, get my internet speed up a little bit for me. All right, pretty much the same picture, almost identical, except it looks like crude oil is trying to head lower right now as we speak. We got some nice little, some support here. I hate to draw another line, but it's gonna be temporary, just for this intraday. I'll put it, somewhere in there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pick support. All right, so we're retesting that support area again, and we'll be looking to break it and retest it and continue lower. Or crude oil can really just shoot straight through that and trade lower, or it bounce off of there. But as right now we're trading bearish, almost sideways, neutral to bearish. So that's where we're at on crude oil. With gold, again, gold is still not rebounding. I'm not sure exactly what that headline was talking about. I'm sorry. I hate to keep bringing that up, but it just, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So we're trading bearish again on gold today, but we're coming into some support. We're breaking through that daily 9 EMA, and right now we're bearish on gold. The volume. The volume is pretty light, still for gold. So it's looking really choppy. Nothing too interesting right now intraday. Right now this could be the move for the day that we've seen right here already. So, and for Euro Forex, any day now for my internet, and we had a nice little sell-off early. We can continue to head lower. We're breaking through that support. We broke through that support. Is indicated by this line right here. We can definitely come back up to it and retest it again. Or we could, we got this next area here, but was that 1.12475? We got the area there that we could find some support at, but it's definitely trying to trade lower right now. So bears across the board, another bearish day. A lot of fear and recessions and whatnot out there in the markets today. So definitely be careful out there. As usual, gotta trade that plan. Gotta make a plan, then trade that plan so we can crush it. We can trade in either direction. I may not be trading today because I got some other things to do, a lot of things to do. So if that's the case, more than likely there will not be a futures mid-market recap today, because I just got some other things that I gotta take care of. I have some other things that I have to take care of. So yeah, I will more than likely miss the trading action for today. So I will see you guys on Monday morning, if unless for I get my things done and I trade today. But more than likely I will see you guys Monday morning. I hope y'all crush it today and have a great weekend, and deuces.